Hey there! Thank you for watching my new video. Well, today I'm going to show you some Tunisian stitch, and my son wanted a new scarf, and he wanted a dark blue scarf, and so I bought some yarn, and I went on with a Tunisian knit stitch. This is called a Tunisian knit stitch. You can see the front, it looks like a little bit of a knit stitch, and it's the back which just reaches over here. But it is just crochet, and it's a really nice, thick, warm pattern. So I'm going to show you how you can make this Tunisian knit stitch. Well, I've got a Tunisian crochet hook, and when you have your yarn, and you can see, let's see where it is. You can see it's called for a size 4 or 4.5 hook. But mostly they say when you're going with Tunisian stitches, go up 1 or 2 sizes of your hook. So I used a 5.5mm hook, and this is Tunisian hook with a long plastic tube onto it, and at the end there's a bead, so your stuff won't come off your tube if you have a very wide project. So you can make a blanket with this Tunisian hook. I've got my yarn, and first we're going to make a slip knot, and then first of all we're going to just crochet some chains. So make your chains as long as you want your work to be. So I'm going to do a little swatch here, because I'm not going to show you an entire scarf, because the stitches are all just the same for every row. And I hope my camera will focus, because it's a little bit dark outside, because the weather is, well, very rainy and dark, and it's just cold. So I've got a little swatch over here. For the first row, it's always the same for Tunisian knits, for Tunisian stitches. You're gonna skip that first chain, and in the next one, put your hook in that chain and draw up a loop, and leave that loop on your hook. So for every next chain, we're gonna draw up a loop, and every loop is gonna stay on your hook. So for Tunisian stitches, you don't turn your work, you're just gonna go back and forwards, or forwards and backwards. So I've got my loops on my hook here, and now we're gonna yarn over and pull through the first loop on my hook, like this. It's always at the end gonna make just your loop through the first your yarn through the first loop. And now yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. So always yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And you can see I'm holding my hook over here, and I'm gonna hold my fingers on my work so I can pull it nice and easy through the first 2 loops on my hook. The downside to having a long tube on your hook, so it's gonna make some noise. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, that first stitch over here we're gonna skip, because it stands on the loop on your hook, so it counts as the first stitch over here. And now you can see here the vertical bar with on the front, and you can see here, maybe you can see it over here on the back, you've got a vertical stripe on the back, vertical bar. Now what you're going to do is going to put your hook through that first vertical bar and pull it backwards. So in fact you're pulling, or you're pushing the vertical bar on the back to the back, and you're going between those loops over here. So the front and the back, you're gonna push it through there to the back. Now yarn over and leave it on your hook. So through the next vertical bar, put your hook through there and push it to the back. So don't go over to the next stitch and over there, so make sure it's between those stitches here. I hope it's a little bit visible what I'm doing. So put your hook through the vertical bar and push it to the back and pull your yarn up. You can see here front and back loops here. So go to the vertical bar to the back. You can see my finger here where I put it on over here to the back. Yarn over and pull it to the front. So over here, hope you can see it. Maybe the next row is a little bit more visible, but here is your vertical bar, and normally you would make a yarn over, pull it through the vertical bar, but we want it to go to the back and then yarn over and pull it up to the front. So on every stitch with a vertical bar you have to pull a loop. Here's the last one. And for the end of the row, turn your work towards you, and you can see here 2 loops here, like a V, which you'll normally have on top of your work when you're doing a normal crochet. So put your hook through both loops, yarn over and drop a loop. Now yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook. Now yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Just continue this until you are at the end of your row. Like this. Now I think it's more visible because we just did 1 row here, and I'm gonna show you. So the loop on your hook, you're gonna let it stay there, and you're gonna skip that first stitch over here, and now you can see over here there's a vertical bar at the front and there's a vertical bar at the back. Hope you can see it. So you're gonna push your hook through that vertical bar on the front and then go back with your hook. And you can see here the back vertical bar. Drop a loop and make sure your first loop is not that loose, or your sides will be wobbly and won't be nice and neat. So I think you can see it better over here, the front bar and the back bar. So go over with your hook through that front bar and push it to the back. Drop a loop. So you can see I'm not going over to the next side, but just going before your next stitch, you're going to the back with your hook. So this row is more visible what I'm doing. So go to that vertical bar and push it to the back. Drop a loop. And I'm gonna pull my work a little bit apart so you can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry if you hear some noise, but my washing machine is just tumbling. So I'm at the end now. Turn your work a little bit towards you and go over and put your hook through both loops and drop a loop. And you would have the same amount of loops on your hook as you did at the beginning. So yarn over, pull through the first loop, Now yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You can see I'm holding my yarn, holding my work a little bit between my fingers, so it gets a nice tension, and I get my yarn easily through 2 loops over here. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops until you are at the end, like this. And you can see the nice Tunisian knit stitch coming together. So I'm going to show you one more time. Skip that first stitch and go over to the next vertical bar, draw up a loop. So push it through that vertical bar to the back, draw up a loop, like this. So you're going to go forwards with your loops on your hook and then go backwards until the beginning. So there's no turning with your Tunisian crochet stitches. So turn your work, you've got 2 loops over here, draw up a loop. Yarn over, pull through the first loop, and now yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, etc. Okay, so here is your Tunisian knit stitch. You can see it comes nice together like this, front and back. And I've got these wooden crochet hooks, and I don't really like them that much because I really like metal hooks. So I'm gonna save some money so I can buy some metal Tunisian hooks. So there are also Tunisian hooks that are longer than this one, and then they have a well, some kind of end to it, so your work doesn't come off your hook. So I want to save some money to buy some metal crochet Tunisian hooks. So this is just what I have on hand, but there are many different hooks you can use for your Tunisian crochet stitches. But this is what I wanted to show you. I hope you liked it, and I'm curious if you're gonna make something with this Tunisian knit stitch. And for now, I just wish you happy crocheting. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you get a message when I upload a new video. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.